One Piece! What's
Disgusting.
up? Sorry for being late. Thurman had birthday because 21 birthday equal drink and maybe get laid. You know what? Our audience was curious. At least one of them was. How'd it go?
Sadly, I did.
Shocker, everybody. Shocker.
However, I did pay $5 for a naked girl on the strip to give her a kiss on the cheek. She couldn't give me a kiss. She couldn't give me a kiss because she was engaged.
Oh, I would hope. God damn, you're fucking. That's horrible. Ugh, what a.
She was engaged, so I have morals, so I was like, okay.
Good. Yeah. Okay. You have morals.
I do.
Okay, let's get to One Piece before it gets too derailed. Let's talk about my boy Hawkins. First, predict this shit is hype. The chance that 1 month from now you will all be alive is 19%. Thoughts?
Ooh.
You know what that feels like to me? That feels like Oda has gone on record saying, and he said this at some fucking event, I don't know what it was, where he said that in this arc, the Straw Hats will face the greatest enemy they've ever faced, the most challenging enemy that they've ever faced. So to me, that strikes me as if there's ever going to be an arc where we're going to have a Straw Hat death, this would be the time. Thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
all
here,
right, we can clear the air out of the room. We all know who it's gonna be.
Oh, Usopp.
Usopp.
No, but he hasn't gone to Elbath yet. He's got it. There's no way Oda wouldn't have him go to Elbath. No.
I mean, but like, I don't see anyone else like, but because Usopp does have his uses, and he's just got his hockey. So killing him off
I don't
now,
see Usopp. Hold on, here's my thoughts, right? So let me just quickly. The wording of it is interesting to me, and obviously I've seen multiple translations. I'll be curious what Viz translates it as, but Manga Stream translated it as the chance that 1 month from now you all will be alive is 19%. So I took that as that's actually quite easy to happen because I took that as 19% that every Straw Hat will live. So that means that Oda could very well, like avoid the whole trope of 19%, but they still were fine by saying no, one of them still died. You know what I mean? And that could be boom. Hawkins' prediction was right. I'm hoping that's the case anyway.
So the thing I can see is the fact that because we don't know if Jinbei is dead or alive. We don't know that. So I mean,
I doubt he's taking Jinbei into account. He doesn't.
So I mean, if we wanna, because hashtag Carrot are part of the crew now.
Oh God, Carrot better not die.
If Oda wanted to be petty and flick off all the Carrot fans, he could be like, "Oh, Carrot, you're part of the crew now." Oh no, she's dead this arc.
Bait all the furries and then fucking be gone. Thought them all.
Now, that is something Oda would do, right or wrong.
No. So I don't know. Actually, he doesn't do death very often at all. But here's the thing. I'm trying to think of all Straw Hats that could die though. Who could it be? Because, I feel like, yes, there's this whole, they have to fulfill their dreams, but, I would like Oda to take a chance and actually kill one of them. I'm talking, think to, I don't know, let's go JoJo. Remember Kakuin's death? It just fucking happened. Boom, he's dead. I wouldn't mind something like that, personally, for a Straw Hat death. I'm just trying to think who would... Because you're right. Up until now, I've always said Usopp because, his dream would be fulfilled by being a brave warrior of the sea. But you're right. He just got hockey. Unless Oda has him do, some crazy epic hockey battle of sniperiness in this. But I don't see it.
The thing is about that, I feel like Oda isn't the type, Oda, no shade to Bleach or anything, but Oda's not Kubo. Because I remember you said that Kubo tried to cut off a main character. And
yeah, Kubo tried to kill off Byakuya. He got harassed on Twitter so bad that he actually brought him back.
Okay, so I feel like Oda wouldn't essentially be that type.
He wouldn't back down.
Yeah, so I feel like if Oda were to officially kill a Straw Hat, if we break down each one's uses, I feel like killing one isn't really because each one has done something that you may see killing them kind of feels weird. Usopp just got hockey. He's becoming more important to the crew now.
I agree, yeah.
Killing him off right now just seems kind of meh. Zoro, obviously, I mean, it would be surprising, but I really hope it
No,
doesn't.
that shouldn't be Zoro. Couldn't be Sanji.
Sanji, this guy's arc, But there's like a few people that all he knows off limits.
Robin's gotta have the Void Century shit. Nami's gotta. I don't know how her map's looking.
So I'm saying like people who it just seems like every Straw Hat still has more to them to stay. Like it'll be like the only one I could possibly see that you can kill off because overall down the road doesn't have that much uses is like Brooke.
No, but Brooke's got to meet Laboon.
Yeah, that. But I'm saying like Brooke and I guess Frankie, but he's a carpenter. But there's a lot of carpenters
and
out
Frankie's
there.
dream was to sail with the Thousand Sunny all the way to the end of the Grand Line, or in the New World. So
what gets me is the fact that if Oda does kill off one Straw Hat, it's gonna be surprising regardless. But because Oda knows how to get himself out of a manga corner when it comes to story wise. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to see which Straw Hat he could kill off. Because
I do find it hard for him to kill anyone. I think if anyone, I'm thinking that the way he could get out of this is by you all. I think he's including all of Straw Hat's allies, and what I'm gonna guess is a lot of people are thinking Law's gonna die this arc.
No.
Yes.
Or
no, Law's dying.
Or Oda kills off the Straw Hat, then Law becomes a new Straw Hat.
No, why would he do that? He's got his own crew with a fucking talking kung fu bear.
Hashtag integration.
Nah, Heart Pirates. Heart Pirates should be the one that plot twist. Heart Pirates win, and then Katakuri joins the Heart Pirates.
Yeah, Red's joining in the theories.
Nah, yes. That's not a real theory. But let's move on. So I do love that. Like I was hoping he would. Immediately Zoro was like, wait a minute, that sword, Luffy, please wait, stop.
Before we get to that, right? I want to talk about this panel right here.
Which one?
It's just like Hawkins is just like, you know who holds ranks in this country?
Yeah, Zoro. He's like, yes, I do, and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him. It's like Zoro's like, no.
Luffy's like,
never mind, ignore what I said.
Luffy's like, yeah, it's Kaido, I'm gonna beat his ass. And Luffy's like, you know we're not gonna say that, right? You're like, oh, never mind.
Ignore what I just said. Yeah, that was funny.
Bro, you cannot tell me. I think I feel like me and Oda are like spirit animals right now.
Yeah,
okay. He's becoming part black.
What?
He's understanding my point about how Luffy, Zoro are best buds, okay? So
what does that have to do with being black? That is so weird.
So Oda's like, you know what, my nigga Thurman, I got you, fam. I'm gonna help you prove this kid Red wrong, and show you that Zoro and Luffy are meant to be best buds.
You don't think there'll ever be any good Zoro Usopp or Luffy Usopp moments in this arc at all?
There will be, but they won't be as great as the Zoro Luffy.
Oh yeah, what's the standard writing practice? Save the best for last, my friend, and this is happening first. You think this is better than when Usopp was yelling at Luffy when he was like down from Rob Lucci fight, and he was like, "You have to get up, please." Nah, fam, get out of here.
Well, that was his redeeming moment when they were fighting.
Please, his redeeming moment was being Soge king and saving Robert. His redeeming moment was fucking like, y'all, fam, I'm gonna shoot farther than bullets can go because I'm awesome like that. Anyway, fuck you, Usopp's better friend. We're gonna do a video on that eventually. So how about Zoro noticing the katana? And Luffy just fucking straight up chucking the scabbard, like, whoa! We going in!
He threw. Yo, Zoro is just like, you can't use this sword anyway, right? Like, immediately, every time I see Luffy with a sword in his hand, I automatically think Nightmare Luffy.
But that was when he was good, because he actually put shadows of swordsman in him.
That is just great.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, he's like, wait, don't chuck the scabbard. That's also probably very valuable.
He's like, and then like this Oda actually got me with this one.
He just punches. Luffy doesn't know how to fight with a sword, my dude. He just punches.
Like, he was like, I was like, no, I shall cut them with this blade. I was like, oh shit, Luffy doing some gum, scissor cut or something like that. She just punches them.
You know the way of Luffy is always to punch. He's just going to punch you while holding a sword. Although, did you see a little bit of comprehension coming out? He actually did cut it looks like he actually did cut someone because he punched, and the dude on the side has his sword cut in half and some blood coming out of him.
Yeah.
So
I think that was by accident, though.
No, yeah, it was. His main thing was the punch, but like the side of the sword definitely hit that other guy. Now let's talk about Luffy straight up. I don't even care. I straight up throwing this lizard to its death. Oh my god. Hawkins, my dude, just savagery.
Oh my god, that top left panel was lit.
Where he's taking out the sword and it's all straw.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. That reminded me of something. I forgot what it was, but I was like, oh yeah, he does. That's like a tree sword.
No, it's straw.
Oh, straw sword.
Yeah, well, because we get a confirmation of Hawkins' devil fruit in this chapter, and it is the straw fruit, which leads me to believe personally that
I assumed that was a mistranslation, so I don't really trust.
What?
No,
it's the straw fruit.
Yeah, because usually when they have attack names, the attack names are different if they're not translated properly. So
manga stream straw, Jaimimi uses straw.
All right. Okay. So I'm using manga streams right now. So
they're both straw.
All right.
But no, straw is confirmed. It's straw. Because he's become like a scarecrow and shit like that. I want to clarify to you the biggest theory that I'm hearing that I actually agree with is that all of the voodoo shit has little to do with his devil fruit ability. The voodoo shit was something that he already could do himself. So here's what I mean by that. Think back to Mrs. I believe her name was Mrs. Golden Week, the little girl that worked with Mr. 3. Do you remember her? She had the paint.
Mm-hmm.
The mood altering paint.
Yeah.
That was not a devil fruit.
Really?
It was not. You can look up on the wiki. That was not a devil fruit. It was just an ability she had.
I'm trying to remember the one who...
That was not a devil fruit. Django's hypnotism wasn't a devil fruit. I can list a bunch of powers that... People just have powers in this world. Voodoo is a thing, and it just exists in One Piece. That's what I see from this. And I see that the way I look at this is Hawkins, and we've seen his flashback. He was, because not his flashback. We haven't seen his flashback, but you know how Oda draws them as kids. Hawkins' little picture as a kid, if I'm remembering correctly, he's making little voodoo dolls. I think he's just a voodoo dude, and he's always made voodoo dolls, and his devil fruit amplifies that, personally.
Woo!
Because his devil fruit is literally just the straw fruit, but we were just having this conversation before the video, Thurman. What did we say? We said, it's not about the power, it's about how the individual person uses the power.
Yeah.
So, the way I see this is, Hawkins is just a voodoo dude, and his voodoo is many, many times amplified by the fact that he has the straw power. Any other person that had the straw fruit would probably just, use it in a boring way. Create straw, blah, whoop-de-doo. But he uses it in a voodoo way.
So essentially he uses like a cultural thing with his
I think he's mixing some sort of like, either his religion or his like spirituality, or, he's mixing that in with his power. His way out, the way I look at it.
Voodooism is a North African, it's African culture, because it's the witch doctor, stuff like that. So
yes.
Voodoo is very
because let's be honest, his cards too. His cards has nothing to do with his devil fruit. I'm assuming you at least knew that part.
Yeah, I know that.
So I think all of his voodoo shit, his card, I think all of that has nothing to do with his devil fruit. I think his devil fruit's just straw, and the other shit is stuff that he can do, and whether that's just literally voodoo or it's some application of hockey, we don't know. It's just like, I look at it as the same way as Sanji's Diable Jambe and Zoro's demons. Because these are all powers that they just exist, but we don't know where they come from. Zoro's Ashura makes no goddamn sense. We have no idea. And that's not an insult to the story. I just think that Oda hasn't explained it yet. So Zoro's Ashura, things like that, and Sanji's Diable Jambe. We have no idea what that shit is. I think it goes hand in hand with stuff like this. I think there's other forms of power other than devil fruits and hockey that we don't know about in this world.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense,
So yeah, and
especially given
go ahead. Sorry.
no, especially given the information that we know, it makes a lot of sense that that would be the case, especially since the way he uses his abilities. So
Yeah. So moving on, and just
talk about Thomas-
a reminder to everyone in
Yeah.
the audience, my favorite fucking supernova is Basil Hawkins. So this shit's awesome to me. Let's talk about Zoro just going in. God damn, Zoro, that's just a murder. That's death. You.
Luffy's just like, whoa, already. You know, I was like, wow.
He like cut his head in half, bro.
This is new and improved Zoro right now.
Zoro's like, nah. You ever notice, Thurman, you ever notice that they never go for the kill shot unless it's some bullshit where they're not going to be really killed. You know, they never go for the double tap unless it's like, just kidding, that was an illusion. Every time. Like, I'm trying to remember, like in Bleach, there was a panel, a famous panel in Bleach that people always talk about where Byakuya went, like, straight up did a double tap, where, like, he just rams this fucking corpse with, like, his power. It's like, whoa, and they're like, God damn, he's dead. And they're like, we can't be too sure. And guess what? It turned out that guy's power was he got more powerful the more damage he got. So it was like, of course, the one time he double taps. But with this, it's just the same thing. Like, I've never seen Zoro just immediately go for the kill like this. At least I don't think. What do you, can you think of any times?
Oh man, this is a new and improved Zoro right here. Oda's letting us know that this man is not playing any games anymore. This man has seen some shit.
Yeah, he's like, nah.
Nah. Zoro's not playing no games anymore.
So yeah, and I love how Hawkins' power works here. It's just, and you see the damage poof away from his head. It's like poof, and then this guy over here is like, oh, dead. It's so cool, and he's just sitting there like, oh, yeah, as expected, I suppose.
The first thing that came to my head was with this bottom thread was, this is my stand.
Oh yeah, everyone made the fucking stand comparison. But we're not there yet. Let's we're getting to the stand. So, Hawkins activates his stand. And let's see here. Straw powers. Yeah. So he confirms that at least, well, I think it's a mostly confirmation that the upper limit that he can have in him is 10 voodoo dolls, which it makes sense because in back in Sabaody, there was actually a moment where he's going up against Kizaru, and when he gets kicked by Kizaru, and he's like, oh, even 10 lives might not be enough for this guy. So, yeah, that seems to be a thing. Let's see here. So I also what I like about Hawkins is that he's someone who's like, no, I'm fighting two of the worst generation here. I'm not like so honorable that I'm gonna be like, I'll fight you one-on-one. Fuck that shit. I'm bringing out my stand.
Time to bring out the stand, boys.
So let's talk about something I definitely want to talk about is this thing where he's drawing cards. Right when I saw this, I was already like, what is happening here? Is he seeing the future before it happens, or is this fucking reality manipulation right now? Because he's drawing it and then it happens. And even King of Lightning brought this up. I saw in his live reaction, he was like, whoa, is this causality manipulation or something? Like, what do you think about that?
It's what it could be is probability manipulation or essentially luck manipulation of some kind that could essentially be what it is. Truly, I don't really know because we don't really have much going off of his cards itself. But we know the cards is most likely another part of his voodoo ability, but the one thing that we have that's been essentially explained so far is his straw ability. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to wait a bit.
Yeah.
To see what his cards actually have, what his cards are essentially gonna be useful for. But I mean,
yeah, I definitely like more explanation because it's weird. Like he's even there's even a part in this chapter where he's like, Oh, this card says I should pursue them. I'll pursue. Oh, wait a minute. This card says they're going to have an ally. I'll stop. You know, like, and Oda has said before in an SBS too that like Hawkins is the kind of man who takes his fortune telling extremely seriously. He's the kind of guy that would like you know, like if his card said if you leave today you're going to die, he's like, well, not leaving today. You know, like that's the kind of guy he is. Which, to the point, and again, that goes back to one of my favorite scenes of all time. It shows how confident he is in his predictions, where he's literally face to face with Kizaru, arguably one of the scariest characters in the fucking series, and he's just like, no, card says I'm not gonna die, so I'll just keep sitting here. Like, I love that. Like, that's how confident he is. There's no, like, oh shit, maybe I won't die. Like, maybe I'll die, maybe the card's, oh, it's still Kizaru. No, he's just like, nope, not gonna die. That's the kind of guy he is. So the dog fucking takes them, and let's talk about this. Goddamn, this double-page spread of this thing chasing them is sexy.
Robin Big Mom.
Ha! That is true. That was also happening. There's always something in One Piece where it's like, we're on a thing riding away from another thing chasing us. That happens so much in One Piece.
That seems to be the case here.
Oh, that's, like, think about it. Punk Hazard, they were riding the dragon, running away from the fucking slime mist thing. Whole Cake Island, they were riding the tree, running away from Big Mom. Now they're riding this thing, running away from fucking Basil's stand.
And you just tell it to stand because this man is far away, controlling it.
And when it takes damage, it goes to him.
So
now let's talk about a couple things, right? So anyone who was trying to say fucking, you know, like that Hawkins isn't going to be like anything to fucking Zoro, eat a dick, man. Look at Zoro. Look at Zoro being like, oh shit. This guy, this thing's not fucking around, right?
I mean, he's because we know that the Ninth Generation aren't fodder.
Yeah, I know, but like there are some people that literally just ride Zoro's dick to their death. Like literally, I was watching King of Lightning's stream. The first Twitch donation he got was someone that said Lawkins, you know, with an L. Like, which is a thing now. People just do that. and King Eddie was like, how? Like, what?
So anyone who faces Zoro is just L now. So
yeah. the fanboys of Zoro know no bounds. There's no limits to their power.
Kaido showed up right now in front of Zoro.
Yep.
And Zoro
Lido. Lido.
Like, Lido.
Yes! Zoro 1v1 Kaido. Oh, Kaido's gonna fucking go down. Nothing. One shot, fodder tier.
Lido. That's some Broly level shit right there.
Yeah,
that's
so,
great.
and I love that he actually gets hit by a couple of these nails. You see him block a lot of them. Like, you know, he does the fucking... Did you watch Deadpool 2?
Yes, I did.
You know, when he's like trying to block all the bullets and shit, Zoro pulls one of those where he's getting most of them, but like a couple still go through. So I like that he gets nailed, as you will. Then let's just talk about this shot where he does the fucking double sword, full swing, cut in half. That shit's sexy.
Oh yeah. Total salmon.
And there's a shot here that I fucking love. And this is just how much I love his powers here, right? I love that you see three things happen here. You see the cut, and then the damage goes to him, and then the damage goes to a guy behind him. So it's like, shing, brink, poof.
like a dominoes.
Yeah, it's like damage. Like his power is all a thing of like transferring damage. Like, nah. I love that.
It's actually impressive that people care enough to actually, you know, take damage.
You know what, these guys, I'm assuming that these guys are not his crew, but like low-level fodder Kaido dudes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because remember, his crew, most of his crew were dressed as like creepy fucking monks. And in Sabaody, all of the voodoo dolls that he had were not of his crew. He cares about his crew. Right? The voodoo dolls are just rando fuckers in Sabaody.
Yeah.
So what these guys seem to me, I'm pretty sure these guys are just low-level fucking Kaido dudes, honestly. Or low-level Wano dudes. Probably Kaido, honestly. Yeah, no, it's low-level Kaido dudes. So yeah, I love that shit. Let's talk about Tsuru here. She's clearly painted, or she's drawn like the old Japanese paintings, you know, like the old classical, like, it's really weird to see her design. She looks so different from so many characters.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Oda's Oda's trying to he's taking your advice and trying to draw all the different females differently. I guess he heard you.
That's true. I'd have to see what her body type is. That's usually where he differs on body type. But yeah, no, that is nice to see. So she says, hey, we should take her to the tea house, which, so apparently that's good, I guess. My thought is still, fucking Luffy, you have a doctor on your crew who is probably somewhere around here. Find fucking Chopper. Like, when he was like, oh shit, a doctor. How about Chopper? Like, what? Come on. I haven't seen Chopper doctor in so long. I want to see some more doctor action from Chopper. I always loved those.
Sanji's cooking.
Chopper doctoring.
Gotta go. Uh-oh.
Anyway.
Sorry. Some poor kids One Piece theme.
Alright, how do you feel about this creepy fucking sumo dude hitting on new protect status, Osaku?
I like sumo wrestlers, but come on, fam.
Look at him. He's like a wall of flesh. And I love it whenever you have, like, this happens a lot in One Piece, where there's, like, a big dude, and then, of course, there's, like, every woman that Oda's ever designed, except for Big Mom, is, like, a twig, right? So, like, the fact that he's, like, be my bride, my first thought is, I'm looking at this shot where they're standing next to each other, you'd fucking kill her. She'd be dead. Like, I don't know what you think can happen between you and her sexually, but it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like, he could roll over on accident and kill her.
That's a scary thought.
Look, one of his swords is almost as big as her. God. So yeah, that's not gonna work. That actually reminds me of a story. I knew a really, really, really tall woman, like the tallest woman I've met in my life, in high school. She was like, we're talking like approaching, like she was upper 6 foot. She was taller than I am now. Like she was like 6'7", 6'8", like really tall for a woman. And I remember, she made a joke where she had a boyfriend, and he was like, average height, and their parents would always make the joke like, if you ever fucking get on top of him and ride him, you're gonna break his dick off. So yeah, that's how I feel about this in reverse. This man, too big for a small waifu here, so no. But I assume he's gonna be important. In at least some regard, he's acting like he's actually a big like the best sumo wrestler. Whether or not that's true or not, I'm not sure. But like, what does interest me is, do you think we're gonna see some sumo action in this arc? Like, could we see them fighting a sumo wrestler?
I mean, it's plausible. I don't see. It'd be interesting to see how he does that, but. Sumo is a humongous part of Japanese culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Oda decided to do something, to that. So it'd be kind of interesting. I really like to see it.
Yeah, me too. And what's interesting about this guy is that what I got to say about him is that he's talking about how he has actually access to good food and water and all that shit. And in a previous chapter, they talked about how most of the people that have access to that shit is in leagues with Kaido. So I wonder if this guy is in leagues with Kaido in any way.
Do you think he could have a zone?
I'm not sure. I think he could potentially be semi-powerful. Like, I could see him. I mean, it's one or the other. Either he's going to get one shot next chapter, or he's actually something. But I have an idea. I have a feeling that when they get here to give Otama the tea, there's going to be a moment where maybe Luffy sees this guy making this girl uncomfortable because he keeps hitting on her. And I feel like Luffy's going to be like, "Hey, fuck off! She said to stop," or something like that. Because he usually does that shit. So I'll be curious to see how that goes.
I can see him having have a bear fruit, because bears. I feel like bears and sumo wrestlers kind of not. It could kind of work. So he could have the bear fruit possibly.
Okay, and speaking of bears, let's talk about the final panel here with Law's crew. I love the Heart Pirates. I love the Heart Pirates.
Woo!
Now, see. Something I wanted to see ever since. Remember when on Zoe, when we got the full spread of the Heart Pirates, all of them standing together? That's a question. Mm-hmm. Okay. Something I wanted to see since then is I want to see. You know how we get a lot of character development for for the Straw Hat crew, we know about what Robin's personality is. We know about what this person's personality is. I'm hoping in this arc we actually get like a lot of, because it's mostly just been on Law. I want to see a lot of Law's crew and like what makes them and what kind of people they are, what kind of powers they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to see more from Beppo. I want to see more from. I know one of these dudes' name is Penguin. Probably the guy with the penguin on his head. But I know that they have names and they're actual characters, and I'm excited. I want to see more from them, especially Beppo, because I've always loved Beppo ever since he showed up in Sabaody when he was basically a bear who's self-conscious about the fact that he's a bear.
Beppo! I like his name, too. Beppo.
Yeah, well, it's Beppo. It's pronounced Beppo. And,
Beppo, whatever.
And no, but, like, one of my favorite moments in all of One Piece is when, he's just kicking ass Kung Fu style, and the Marines are like, why is there a talking bear? And then Beppo just stops and he just looks down and he's like, I'm sorry. And they're like, he's apologizing?
Oh my god. That is great.
So yeah, I'm really happy to see Law's crew again. I love Beppo, I love his crew, and I love Law. And I want to see my boy Law again so we can enjoy him in the last arc he'll appear in before he dies.
He will not die.
What are you going to do if he dies, Thurman? What are you going to do?
Honestly, I'll skip the discussion for next week. I swear to God.
No, you won't. That's when we need the discussion the most.
Never. I am boycotting One Piece for a fucking week if Law dies. I'm calling
a
it
week is one chapter.
Exactly.
No, Thurman. No. If Law dies, no. I'm rejecting what you just said. If Law dies, that's when I. What?
You're gonna have to fucking you gotta bring me and push me into the studio.
Thurman, that's when we get the most traction for the One Piece discussion. On chapters like that, you can't fucking hibernate if shit like that happens.
Hibernate?
Thurman, please. You're not gonna. I mean it. You cannot bail if Law dies. Like you can get on a video and fucking talk about how pissed you are about it.
Oh my god. Fine.
Thank you. But why are you like? I don't understand why he would be one of the perfect characters to die. Honestly.
You have all these characters, and you pick the GOAT.
Yeah.
To die.
Because it's good when someone you like in a story dies. Like, that's actually, like, that's not a cop-out. That shows that, like, the author isn't afraid to kill someone just because they're popular. I love Law, dude. He's in my top 10 favorite characters in One Piece. I love Law. But if he died, I'd respect it. And I'd cry. I'd want to cry. Like, I loved Corazon. Corazon, he was only in a couple chapters, and I fucking adored him. And I cried my ass off when he fucking died, Corazon. But I'm glad he died, because it was a good-ass fucking chapter. Don't be the people that, like, dropped Naruto when fucking Itachi died.
Oh, no. I would never be that type of... Especially since Itachi wasn't that good of a character to begin with. Hashtag fight me, Naruto.
Hashtag he had to be like redeemed post death in order to be a better character. But yeah, I mean, mostly just. I think if anyone's gonna die, it's gonna be him. I think that, and then because here's what happens: Law dies, then his crew joins the Straw Hat Alliance. Done. Period. See? It's happening. You gotta understand, a lot of people think that the reason that Kaido is unkillable is because he had the ageless surgery performed on him. By the previous person that had the Opi no Mi. And then, think about it, maybe Law could do a reverse surgery that also costs his life. A lot of people are thinking it's gonna be that, where like the only way to defeat Kaido is that Law has to give up his life. Because here's the thing, Kaido has been built up so much, there has to be sacrifice. There's no way that they're going to beat Kaido without some deaths. Because it's just pure logic. Oda said that this arc is going to make Marineford look like nothing. That's what he said. Think about that for a second. Okay? So, how many people died in Marineford? At least named characters? 2. So that means, the way I look at it, if it's going to make Marineford look like nothing, you got to have at least 3 deaths. 3 prominent deaths. If it's going to make Marineford look like nothing.
Okay, if that's the case then, if Law dies, I want Zoro to get his fruit.
Whoa, that's OP as fuck, yeah. I gotta be honest. Hold on, Thurman. I actually disagree because I think that would kind of like downplay his sword strength. Because if Zoro got Law's fruit, then it would be. Go ahead.
I knew you were gonna say that, but here's my defense against that. Right?
It's not gonna happen.
So my first thing is that yes, Zoro wanted to be the greatest swordsman. However, Law's fruit is a type of fruit that it doesn't really downplay your swordsmanship because Law essentially proves this because Law's main weapon is swordsmanship.
No, but what it does is it to me. Sorry, go ahead, finish. All right.
So the way Law fights is the fact that yes, he uses like surgery and stuff like that, but the way Zoro fights is the fact that Zoro likes to cut stuff. And Oda could make it so because you have to remember that Sabo uses the flame fruit different than and Zoro can use it in such a way where he doesn't have to use tactile and shambles and all that stuff. He can make it so like cutting stuff will be easier. Or
no, but see, I don't like that because I think that one he's already found the whole point of the Mr. One fight was that he found the resonance. He can cut through anything. Like, that's already been established. He found the resonance of... He was able to hone in on the resonance of every single, like, substance on the planet. When he cut steel, there was a point where he said, what's next for me? Cutting diamond? No, it would be pointless. And why? Because once you've found the substance for one thing, it's easy to find the substance for anything. So it's not a matter of hardness or not anymore when it comes to what he can cut through and what he can't. It's as long as he can basically, like, hone in on the resonance of any material, he can cut through it, period. It has nothing to do with strength. So he can already do that. So I think that having Law's fruit would really only downplay the fact that he does it without a fruit. I think it's more impressive that he does it without a fruit, if anything. You could... I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. If we're talking who's going to get fruits... Have you heard the theory that a lot of people want... Okay, so this is kind of a long shot, but if you think about it, it makes sense. Do you remember when Monet died back in Punk Hazard?
Mm-hmm.
Monet was the one with the snow woman, right?
Yeah.
When she died, the entirety of Punk Hazard was a desolate wasteland. There was no trees or anywhere that could have fruit or berries. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So... And you know how when someone dies, the essence of that fruit goes to the nearest berry or fruit, or well, usually fruit. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would have been the nearest fruit on Punk Hazard when Monet died? Answer: Nami's tangerine bushes on the Sunny. So a lot of people think that here's what's going to happen. Carrot, who is already badass, by the way. Carrot eats one of Nami's tangerines on accident, being the snow one, and then you have a fucking snow bunny on the crew. Think about that.
Snow. Well, actually, yeah, I like that.
I like that a lot.
It's a long shot, but I would love that.
I would too. I would really, really like that. Like, oh my god. I still like that's one of those theories that I just pray is real because. That would because she's already really powerful, and that would just just cement that she's great for the crew. You got another Devil Fruit user. She's a woman. Snow powers would fit great aesthetically with the fact that she's a bunny. I would love that. Then you have a kind of like an ice user on the crew. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's probably my favorite theory when it comes to fruits transferring. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's good for One Piece. Predictions.
Yeah, that's all.
No predictions?
Nah, fam. I'm waiting for the moment.
Let me see if I have any predictions. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to see what Law's up to. I want to see what Law's up to, and I want to see his side of shit going on right now. And I really, really want to see what Sanji, Chopper, Nami, Carrot are up to as well. Because I love my boy Sanji, and I gotta see what antics Sanji's gonna get up to in Wano. And I need Sanji to rub in his Zoro, or his bounty to Zoro. I need it bad. So yeah. That's Wanji, by the way.
Wanji.
Yeah. Wanji needs to meet Loro and fucking rub it in his face.
Oh my god, that lock-in is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Lock-in! Beautiful. And with that, peace.